Hey there, wonderful souls. Welcome back to VG's Astro. Today I'm going to be doing a transit video on Venus in the sign of Gemini alongside Jupiter. And I thought I would do an introduction on the Venus and Jupiter conjunction, but that video would be so long that I thought I might just as well skip that part and get right into the predictions. Let's dive in. And before that, I want to thank you all for all the wonderful support that you've been showing me. It's been wonderful. It's been a great journey so far. So let's begin, guys. For Aries, let's talk about what happens when the two brightest benefics, Venus and Jupiter, uh, decide to go together in your third house of communication, siblings, courage, and short travels. Yes, Gemini sits in in your third house, and this transit is about to supercharge your voice and also your inbox. So this is the house where you speak, write, pitch, post, and sometimes argue with your siblings over filter coffee proportions. With Jupiter transiting here, your mind expands. You're thinking big. Maybe launching a podcast, writing that course, or giving sermons over tea. And now Venus joins in, saying, sure, you could go ahead with teaching, but why not do it beautifully? Add music, aesthetics, flirt a little on social media while you're at it. And this is not just about courage, it's about charisma. Venus is your second and seventh lord. It brings in karma from speech and relationships. Jupiter is your ninth and 12th lord. It adds dharma, blessings, and long distance influence. So, what's really flowing? You're being asked to beautify your message, your communication. You're going to notice that you speak sweetly or kindly. And Aries, you're used to speaking harsh, but there's going to be a change in the way you communicate because of Jupiter and Venus. So it's not going to be all force. So it's not all going to be force and power. It's going to be toned down by wisdom and beauty and sweetness and kindness, especially if you want to sell or promote something that has value and ethics. Let Dharma enter your marketing. And maybe your partner is traveling or you're reconnecting with someone through DMs. Yeah, that too. Let's not ignore Jupiter's powerful aspects. It aspects your seventh house, the Libra sign. Partnerships get wise. Maybe someone wants to go from texting to tying the knot if you're single. It aspects your ninth house. Travel, teachers, and spiritual advisors may arrive. It also aspects your 11th house. Friends, gains, and networks expand. Or maybe you just gain followers for saying one smart thing in a reel. Don't waste the grace, say 10 smart things. And dear Aries Lagna, you're known for bold action. Now's the time to use your voice as your weapon and your wisdom as your currency. Speak, write, pitch, teach, or sing your truth. Just don't go mute. Because when Venus brings charm and Jupiter adds gravitas, even a whisper from you can become a wave. Have you felt the itch to express more lately? Have you started journaling again or writing again? Or have you felt drawn to pitch that dream project? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your voice. And if you're loving this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. One voice can change a life. Maybe it's yours. Now let's move on to Taurus ascendants or Taurus moon sign. For Taurus, this powerful conjunction is happening in your second house, the zone of money, speech, family values, and accumulated wealth. Basically, your vault, not just of wealth, but of worth. And with Venus and Jupiter both here, it's like Lakshmi and Brihaspati have started to hold a conference in your locker room. Now, Venus, being the faster planet, is activating Jupiter. And Venus says, I know you want to teach Dharma, but can we do it with better lighting and a fruit platter? Venus rules your first house as well as your sixth house. So your own actions and work environment are being beautified. Jupiter as your eighth lord as well as your 11th lord brings deep transformation, shared wealth, also social expansion. Result: financial gains through networking. It also means there's going to be an increase in your wealth. And since Jupiter is your eighth lord going into the second house, that could even give you a surprise inheritance or at least a luxury gift coming your way. Now, Jupiter is also aspecting your sixth house and it is blessing it for resolving your debt, working through legal or health issues, possibly through peaceful negotiation. The eighth house, deep secrets may be revealed, or your in laws suddenly become very philosophical. 10th house, Aquarius sign. Expect expansion in career, especially if your work involves finance, beauty, speaking, or teaching. Taurus, this is your time to speak from value, not vanity. Words can heal now. Family issues can be lovingly cleared, and money, it wants to come to you, especially if your work holds beauty and meaning. So go ahead, record that course, consult that advisor, or just tell your family you love them without asking for the Wi-Fi password first. And hey, if you liked what you heard, then please give a thumbs up and also share this video with your friends and family. And also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. Now let's go for Gemini ascendants or Gemini moon sign. Gemini, you're the zodiac's clever conversationalist. You're very quick-witted, you're multitasker, multifarious, polyglot, and a walking curiosity engine. But right now, you're not just talking, you're radiating. Because Venus and Jupiter, the charmers, are camping right in your first house. Yes, in your sign, in your body, in your face. Basically, the universe is giving you a personality makeover with blessings and blush. So the conjunction hits the house of self, health, vitality, image, and perception. So Jupiter expands your wisdom, makes you look like someone who knows what they're saying, even if you're making up half of it. Venus brings charm, beauty, style upgrades, and maybe a craving for new clothes, accessories, or flirty eye contact. You're not just learning, you're looking good while doing it. And Venus is your fifth lord as well as your 12th lord. So it's going to bring romance, some amount of creative passion in you. Also, spiritual longing straight into your identity. Jupiter is your 7th lord as well as your 10th lord. And he's bringing focus on marriage, partnerships, and career. So what happens? You're attracting people not just with charm, but with grace and meaning. You might suddenly feel like teaching something or find your life being watched or admired because people are seeing your value. And of course, our buddy Jupiter is throwing his golden glance at the fifth house of Libra, which is going to bring romance, creative passion, or maybe even baby thoughts for some people. The seventh house is also lighting up, which means partnerships, business deals are now becoming more active. People might be lining up, or one very dharmic soul might just appear right now out of nowhere. And the ninth house, Aquarius, expanding your higher learning, travel, and spiritual pursuits. Gemini, this is your glow up phase, not just in looks, but in wisdom, voice, and presence. Use it to teach, to share, to express. Redefine how you show up in the world, and please don't just crawl, speak. The conjunction makes you a walking blend of beauty and brilliance, so use it at the moment. And if you've been feeling more attractive than usual, getting compliments that start with "there's something different about you," that's the Venus Jupiter magic, my friend. Tell me what's been changing in your life. Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because your words might just sparkle brighter than mine. Next up, we have Cancer ascendants or Cancer moon sign. So for Cancer, dear Cancer, sensitive, soulful, and ruled by the moon, your world is about to get a little bit more ethereal. With Venus and Jupiter joining hands in your 12th house, you're entering a phase of quiet expansion where pleasure, wisdom, and intuition come cloaked in silence. The 12th house is about sleep, dreams. It is about foreign travels and faraway places. 12th is also about loss and letting go. It's about hidden pleasures and secret connections. And most of all, spiritual growth and moksha. So when the two benefics come together here, they don't bring chaos, they bring release, they bring a sense of healing or well-being and divine grace behind the scenes. Venus rules your 4th house as well as your 11th house, which is home, inner peace, and also your desires, your dreams. Jupiter rules your 6th house as well as your 9th house. So that includes debts, service, and dharma and religion. Venus being faster activates Jupiter, so your personal comforts and desires are now flowing into foreign lands, retreats, sleep, and craving for a sense of deeper meaning. So this is a great time for spiritual retreats, artistic escapes, spending money on meaningful pleasures. Maybe it's time to get that massage. Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Gemini in the 12th house means secret romantic connections. You didn't hear that from me. Jupiter also aspects the 4th house, healing family issues, buying property abroad, or finding peace through mother. It aspects your 6th house in the Sagittarius sign, helping resolve debts or health issues through spiritual or alternative healing. And if you're looking for a loan or borrowing, this is gonna really work for you because of Jupiter and Venus in the 12th house. And Jupiter's aspect on the sign of Aquarius means unearthing past life patterns. There could be hidden fears that now come to the surface and heal, or there could be deep tantric awakenings. So Cancer, this is not the time to chase things externally. It's a time to surrender, reflect, and receive guidance from the unseen. So as a remedy, you can meditate near water or forgive silently something that has hurt you in the past, or simply book that spiritual getaway you've been postponing and enjoy your time while it lasts under Jupiter and Venus conjunction in the sign of Gemini. And if you've been feeling distant lately, but in a very peaceful way, or if your dreams have become more vivid, tell me in the comments, because the 12th house speaks best through silence that is shared. And if you're enjoying this journey, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because even the deepest waters ripple when touched with love. Now let's move on to Leo ascendant or Leo moon sign. Leos, kings and queens of the zodiac. Your time to shine just got brighter, but not from a solo spotlight. No, this time it's your audience, your allies, your aspirations that are coming alive because of Jupiter and Venus conjunction in the sign of Gemini. Venus and Jupiter are now dancing in your 11th house, the house of desires, social reach, and material gains, recognition, audience, elder siblings, your friendships and networks. So when Jupiter brings growth and wisdom here, and Venus brings sweetness, charm, and attraction. So your social circle becomes your ATM. Except the currency isn't just cash, it's connection, support, and success. So Venus rules your 3rd house and 10th house, communication, courage, and career. Jupiter rules your 5th and 8th houses. So that's going to bring creative wisdom, children, deep karmic shifts, past life merit, So when Venus uh, activates Jupiter here, you're literally seeing career efforts and creative power being rewarded by your network. Translation: you might now get a promotion through connections. There could be public praise for something you've created. There could be a sudden surge in followers, students, or well-wishers. Even financial perks or side hustles activated through referrals or group projects is now possible. And let's not forget Jupiter's blessed gaze. He's throwing his 5th, 7th, and 9th aspects at the 3rd house, Libra sign, boosting communication and collaborations. The 5th house in the Sagittarius sign, bringing creative inspiration and for some, news of children. And also the 7th house of Aquarius, expanding relationship opportunities and bringing powerful people into your life. So yes, if your DMs are suddenly more active, we're looking at you, Jupiter. Leo, you've already got that natural magnetism. Now the universe is saying use it to elevate others and also yourself, of course. So say yes to that collaboration, attend that social event or even a spiritual gathering. Post your work, pitch your idea, share your wisdom because your 3rd house is also getting activated. This is the time when the universe says, if you dream it and ask for help, you just might get it. So tell me, have your networks grown? Maybe there's been an unexpected ally that's appeared out of nowhere, or your goals suddenly in reach now. Whatever it is, drop your wins, big or small, in the comments and let's celebrate together. And of course, if you loved what you heard, then like, share, and subscribe because your audience is already waiting, maybe even right there in the comment section. Let's move on to Virgo ascendants. Virgos, humble masters of precision and service. Your quiet consistency is finally getting some universal recognition. Why? Because Venus and Jupiter are now blessing your 10th house, the house of career, leadership, your status, your karma, your recognition. And let's just say the universe is putting a spotlight on your work and it's high definition, not just any spotlight. Because the 10th house governs your career path, your public reputation, your bosses, your goals, your professional responsibilities, and your overall karmic output in the world. So when Jupiter, planet of wisdom and expansion, moves through here, it's like career is getting activated. Add Venus, the planet of grace, charm, and value, and suddenly your work becomes more appealing, attractive, and even profitable. So Venus rules your 2nd house as well as your 9th house. Wealth, speech, values, and dharma. Jupiter rules your 4th house as well as your 7th house, which represent emotional peace, partnerships, and public image. So when Venus, the faster planet among the two, moves into the sign of Gemini, it's going to activate Jupiter in your 10th house, and you're literally seeing luck flowing into career moves. There could be partnerships forming at your workplace. You're going to get a lot of public recognition for artistic pursuit or your dharmic contribution. So even spiritual callings right now can become your professional calling. That is how great this conjunction is for Virgo people. So this is excellent for teachers, artists, advisors, public speakers, even healers, or those blending spirituality with profession. The 2nd house, Libra, is also getting activated. More income, improved speech and value in career. The 4th house, peaceful home life, perhaps support from mother, or there could be real estate decisions or transactions happening now. The 6th house, Aquarius, is also getting activated, resolving work conflicts, health routines improving, maybe a leadership role in service-related fields is now coming up. Virgo, you've always worked with discipline. Now the universe adds devotion, and dividends. Say yes to promotions or mentorship roles. Launch that public facing project. You could also now end up beautifying your workplace. And don't be afraid to be seen. Your humility is your halo. Let your work reflect your wisdom and your worth, and the world, it is definitely going to notice. Also, let me know if any new career opportunities have opened up for you recently, if you felt seen or appreciated in unexpected ways, and your story just might inspire someone else on the same path. And if you like what you heard, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because when you serve with sincerity, the stars do reward you. Now let's move on to Libra. Libra ascendants, aesthetic, diplomatic, and ruled by Venus himself or herself. Get ready to level up your destiny. Because the two most benefic planets, Venus and Jupiter, are now conjoining in your ninth house, the house of luck, blessings, higher knowledge, gurus, long distance travel, and also religion and dharma. And this house governs your life path and purpose, mentors, teachers, father figures. It also represents pilgrimage, spiritual journeys, blessings from past life karma, because it is the fifth from the fifth, and also your philosophy in life. And now with Jupiter, the natural karaka of the ninth house, entering this realm, your spiritual GPS is now getting activated. And then comes Venus, bringing beauty, creative joy, and divine magnetism to this path. You're not just following Dharma now, you're enjoying the scenery as well. Venus rules your first and eighth house, your very identity and the karma that transforms you. Jupiter rules your third house as well as your sixth house. Courage, conflict, effort, and service all go into your ninth house now. Of course, there's going to be a lot of traveling that you're going to do now because of Jupiter and Venus in the ninth house. So now Venus activates Jupiter, meaning your personal identity is now pulling in higher wisdom from Jupiter. There could be dharmic insights and karmic rewards. And it can also bring a sudden interest in ancient texts or spiritual teachers. You could now travel to foreign lands with a purpose, not just vacation, but it could be like a soul calling. You could become a guide yourself, especially in art, relationships, or values. Even meeting a guru like romantic partner who shifts your worldview. All of that is possible. Jupiter throws his drishti onto the first house. Major blessings for your personality, charisma, and also your physical vitality. The third house, Sagittarius, it's going to encourage your courageous speech, writing, publishing, or travel. You're going to be bold. You're going to be charismatic when you're speaking or communicating, whether it is verbal or, if it's even writing, putting it on a piece of paper. It's all going to come out really well. You're getting noticed for that. And also, Jupiter casting is aspect on the sign of Aquarius, which is your fifth house. So that's bringing in a lot of luck, romantic luck. There could be a creative inspiration. You could now be full of ideas. And definitely, Jupiter Venus conjunction can bring in blessings related to children or education as well. Libra, this is your moment to align with the higher purpose. So if you want to travel somewhere, apply for that visa, read that sacred book you've been postponing, say yes to the teacher, the course or the journey that scares you a little, but that's where the gold is. This conjunction is not just giving you luck, it helps you understand why you're lucky. And for all of those Libra people who've been feeling unlucky in the past, this is going to show you how lucky you are. It's going to help you count your blessings. And if you've had any unexpected spiritual insights lately, if you found a teacher, a book, or a sign that changed your direction, share your moment of truth in the comments. And if this video is guiding you, like, share, and subscribe. Your journey deserves a little more light, I'm sure. Next up, we have Scorpio ascendants or Scorpio moon sign. So Scorpio. Scorpios are intense, intuitive, and fearless. You were born for the deep end of life. And now Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Gemini lights up your 8th house, the most complex, karmic, and transformational house in astrology. And it's time for a little alchemy and maybe even some unexpected treasure. This house governs hidden knowledge and occult practices, inheritance, joint finances, and spouse's wealth. There could be sexual intimacy and emotional bonding, sudden gains or losses, deep healing, trauma, and transformation. With Jupiter, the wise guru, entering this sign, it's as if the universe is saying, learn what's beneath the surface, and when Venus joins in, that transformation becomes less painful and more beautiful. Venus rules your 7th house as well as your 12th house. Relationships, marriage, foreign lands, spiritual isolation, and Jupiter rules your 2nd house as well as your 5th house. Speech, wealth, intelligence, children, past life merit. So now Venus activates your Jupiter, meaning secrets in relationships or finances may come to the light. A partner's income or family wealth could suddenly grow. A foreign connection or past life tie brings financial or some kind of a spiritual transformation. You might even get drawn to the esoteric life like astrology or tantra or psychology or past life healing or some kind of a hypnotic practice. This is a placement where the soul goes into the dark but comes out wiser, richer, and more awake. The 12th house, Libra, it brings spiritual realization, foreign retreats, or romantic unions in faraway places because now Jupiter is also aspecting the sign of Libra. Jupiter is also aspecting the sign of Sagittarius, which happens to be your 2nd house. So there could be beauty along with growth in family wealth or accumulated wealth. That could even be your home, where your home gets beautified. There could be changes at your home, or there could be a sense of nourishment or well-being, because 2nd house is also about food and nourishment and all of those good things. So Scorpios, don't run from the shadows. This is your domain. Let Venus make peace with the pain. Let Jupiter give meaning to the mystery. Dive into therapy, research, or ancient knowledge. Strengthen your bond with your partner. It's very important that you do that now, or heal an old one. If you're separated and you want to get back, then this is a very good time to do that. Watch for financial opportunities also through inheritance, spouse, or any unclaimed dues that you have might now just materialize and you might get that money back. And if you've felt a sudden insight, breakthrough, or shift that change how you see your relationship or life path, let us know in the comments. Your healing might just help someone else transform. And if you're enjoying this journey, then like, share, and subscribe, because transformation becomes easier when you know the map. Next up, we have Sagittarius ascendant or Sagittarius moon sign. Sagittarius ascendants or Sagittarius moon sign. Sagittarius, you're adventurous, truth-seeking, and you're ruled by Jupiter. The universe is about to hand you a golden contract because Venus and Jupiter, the two benefics, are now forming a powerful conjunction in your 7th house, the house of relationship, business partnership, public roles, and also long-term commitments. And some of you may have that anxiety of committing to someone. If you've been having that anxiety, then Venus is going to help remove that anxiety. The 7th house governs romantic partnerships and marriage, business collaborations, contracts, negotiations, deals, and also how you interact with the world as we instead of me. Now, Jupiter, your chart ruler, enters this house, meaning You're being called to expand through other people. And Venus, planet of love, luxury, and diplomacy, is here too, giving grace and charm to every connection. Venus rules your sixth house as well as your 11th house. Daily service, debt, enemies, and also gains, desires, and networks. Jupiter rules your first house as well as your fourth house, yourself, your health, your emotional foundation. And now Venus is going to activate Jupiter, which can bring a romantic partnership that transforms your home life or self image. There could be sudden business deals or legal resolution, alliances that help you rise in society. You could meet someone who challenges your old identity and expands your vision a lot more because of Jupiter and Venus in the seventh house. And Jupiter also is now casting his eye on the sign of Libra, which happens to be your 11th house. And that means he's amplifying gains, wish fulfillment, and social support. Jupiter aspecting the first house means boosting health, confidence, and clarity. The third house, Aquarius, is also getting energized, which means there's going to be courage in your communication. There's going to be bold decisions. And it's all going to happen very easily because of Venus-Jupiter conjunction in the sign of Gemini. This is a month to say yes to people, to collaborations, to partnerships that elevate your purpose. Sagittarius, sometimes the arrow must meet its equal. This is not about solo heroism anymore. It's about finding someone or something that mirrors your vision and helps you take it further. So enter collaborations, don't resist them. Open your heart, lose your guard, and let somebody in. And learn to love yourself, even if it reflects your blind spots. Someone significant could now walk into your life or even return to it. So if you're expecting a shift in your relationship or partnership or romantic or professional, and if they've arrived out of the blue, tell us in the comments below. And if this companionship of Venus and Jupiter is lighting up your path, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because when your divine half shows up, you better be ready. Next up, we have Capricorn ascendants or Capricorn moon sign. Capricorns, you're driven, resilient, and strategic. The time has come to rewrite your daily grind, because Venus and Jupiter, the universe's most benevolent pair, are now meeting in your sixth house of routines, discipline, health, and also your karmic tests. I know it sounds heavy, but not when these two step in. Now, Jupiter brings wisdom and protection, turning enemies into teachers and obstacles into opportunities. And Venus is now going to add diplomacy, aesthetic grace, and comfort. So both of them are going to help you find beauty even in the mundane. Venus rules your fifth house as well as your 10th house. Creative passion, intelligence, children, and career. Jupiter rules your third house as well as your 12th house, which represent courage, communication, foreign lands, spiritual isolation. And so when Venus is going to activate Jupiter, a work-related problem could finally resolve itself. A foreign opportunity or hospital or research field could now bring you rewards. You may begin a routine or health regime that transforms your confidence. And the workplace is now going to become a stage where creative passion and smart strategy is now going to shine. There's a chance that a hidden competitor now becomes an unexpected collaborator. So don't underestimate how sweet a former enemy can become. And 10th house is now getting the aspect of Jupiter Venus conjunction. 10th house is your career, and that means there's going to be expansion in your career, repetition, and also authority. Jupiter also casts his eye on the 12th house, which is activating spiritual reflection, sleep, and foreign travel. Your second house is also getting activated, improving finances, family, and speech. So, what begins as grunt work may now lead to recognition and even financial elevation. Capricorn, you're not afraid of the grind, you own it. But now you're being asked to do it with more grace, more faith, and more strategy. So refine your daily routine. Your success depends on consistency, detox emotionally and physically, resolve past karmic debts, especially through service, and use your communication wisely at work. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, if you've been feeling the push to restructure your life from health to work to how you serve other people, let us know your experience in the comments. And if this combination is helping you realign your goals, like, share, and subscribe. Because when work becomes sacred, rewards become inevitable. Aquarius ascendants or Aquarius moon sign. Innovators, thinkers, and born visionaries. This is your time to create, express, and love without filters. Because the divine duo, Venus and Jupiter, are now meeting in your fifth house. And it's like the universe just handed you a sparkler and said, go on, light it up. The fifth house rules romance and love affairs, your creative passion, your intelligence, your skill, your talents, your education and personal expression. Fifth is also your children and past life merit, speculative ventures and luck. And when Jupiter enters here, he blesses you with higher knowledge and opportunities to share it. And Venus makes the entire experience a little more magical. There's going to be beauty in your words, sweetness in your creation, and attraction in your aura. Venus rules your fourth house as well as your ninth house. Fourth deals with inner peace. Ninth deals with higher learning, gurus, and fortune. Jupiter rules your second house as well as your 11th house. Second is about wealth, family. 11th is about gains and community. And now both meet in your fifth house of individual self expression. So, this is a time where you might feel inspired to write, perform, or create. There could be news about children, birth, or education, or bonding. All of that may come. There could be a romantic encounter with someone very karmic, and that is happening for many Aquarius people now. And you could also invest money in learning or in speculative assets. And that could really blossom at the moment. And a teacher or a mentor may now appear to guide your next leap. This is not just about fame or flair, it's about what you leave behind as a mark. Jupiter casts his grace upon the ninth house in the Libra sign. It enhances luck, spiritual growth, and also blessings from elders. The first house, Aquarius, is also aspected by Jupiter, boosting your self image, optimism, and charisma. Your 11th house, Sagittarius, is also aspected by Jupiter through its 7th aspect, and that means multiplying your gains, desires, and support from network, from friends. Aquarius, your genius is often misunderstood, but not this time. This transit is about sharing your spark, teaching what you know, and expressing your divine creativity. Fall in love, maybe with an idea, a person, or a purpose. Start a creative project or revisit an old one. Teach, guide, or write. You have the voice now. And if you're planning to expand your family, the stars are definitely supporting you. And yes, someone from your past may resurface emotionally or even karmically. And if you've been feeling extra creative or even nostalgic recently, then drop a comment. And now we wrap it up with Pisces ascendants or Pisces moon sign, where this conjunction is going to energize the fourth house. Pisces, intuitive, mystical, and deeply emotional. It's time to return to your roots because the universe is bringing two of its most benevolent forces, Venus and Jupiter, into your fourth house. The house that governs your sense of safety, belonging, emotional fulfillment, and the place you call home. The fourth house represents your property, your inner emotional world. It is the house of real estate, mother, maternal figures. It is also the foundation of the soul, peace, nostalgia. With Jupiter, the guardian of your first house as well as your 10th house, transiting here, your identity and career goals now seek emotional anchoring. And Venus, the lord of your third house as well as your 8th house, adds a lot of depth, transformation. It's going to add communication into your fourth house. There's going to be sensual comfort coming into the fourth house, into this sacred zone that you call Sukhabhav. And Venus activates hidden blessings, either through inheritance or through your family or the deep bonds that you have with people at large. Jupiter provides a divine shelter. It's going to give you a peaceful home, or also it's going to give you wise motherly guidance. And when Venus meets Jupiter, Jupiter is like the architect where he has the knowledge of engineering, and Venus has the knowledge of beauty and aesthetics. So combined together, they're going to bring the best of engineering as well as design. So this is a great time if you're building a home or if you're renovating your house. I know it's a very short period for you to do anything, but at least if you can use this time to make a blueprint of a home that you want to be in, this is a perfect time for you. I can guarantee you that. So, obviously, because two great forces are in the fourth house, you may now renovate, redecorate, or even shift homes. That is also possible. You could start a spiritual practice that brings inner calm. You could reconnect with your mother, or you could resolve ancestral karma. And Venus represents vehicles. So you could now buy a vehicle or even invest in land or property. Your land or property is now expanding because of Jupiter. Fresh opportunities for buying or even selling land, but mostly buying. A lot of effort is going in that. The atmosphere at home may become softer, more welcoming, almost like a temple. So Jupiter aspects the 8th house, which happens to be in the sign of Libra. So that means there could be secrets surfacing, there could be transformation, there could be also psychological healing. The 10th house is Sagittarius. Here you're getting career opportunities. If you're out of a job, this is a great time to look for a new job. It's going to bring a definitive sense of happiness when you land in that new job. It's going to bring career expansion through emotional grounding. 12th house is Aquarius. 12th house is now getting the aspect of Jupiter with Venus conjunct in the sign of Gemini, which means it is opening the doors to foreign travel, opening the doors to retreats or a vacation. Since Jupiter is your 10th lord, it could also be because of work. So together, they form a triangle of depth, duty, and detachment, a powerful karmic window for Pisces to rise with compassion and clarity as well. And Pisces, you often swim in deep waters others don't see, but now the universe is bringing you to shore to rest, to feel, and to rebuild yourself, to rebuild your comfort zone. It wants to nurture your inner sanctuary emotionally and also physically. So, wonderful time for you to make your home a reflection of your soul. If you want to heal something from your maternal side, maybe there's a rift in the family and you want to change that, this is a great time to do that. You could also take up a study or a spiritual discipline that now grounds you. And if emotions overflow, then write, create, or serve, because Gemini is all about writing and creating. This is the homecoming of your higher self. And if you've been feeling the pull to nest, to heal, or to return to something long forgotten, then share your story. Tell us what changes are happening in your home or your heart. And if this Venus Jupiter alignment is bringing more clarity, comfort, or creative passion into you, then like, comment, and subscribe, because sometimes the greatest transformation happens behind closed doors, where the soul is finally safe to bloom. And that's a wrap for all 12 ascendants or moon signs. And stay tuned for more on transit videos and also all things astrology. Until then, it is me, Vijay, signing off. And I will see you guys again with another new video very soon.